Hello, this is project for full stack course. So let first part is contact us form. So in contact us form, we fill the form and send the data to the backend and store it to the database. So if we check database now, in the contact collection, it's empty now. Let's fill the form with some information. Company name, Genesis Solution, project name, week 6, project description, full stack, department commercial, and some message. Thank you for your time. Okay, choosing a file and send message. Okay, here in the model we see the detail of message that is shown to the user. And also let's go to the database and check. Let's refresh. Okay, so now we see the message, the data is stored in the database now. Okay, let's go back to the page, and for this part of the project we added I added a validator for the email address and phone number. So in case the email address is not the email address, like not have .com at the end, and the rest of fields are good. Thank you. So choose a file. Okay, send message. Now you see no information is stored in the database, and we get this message: email and phone number not validated. And if we check the database, we already have one data. Refresh. So still one data. So in case we don't have a real email address or phone number, the data doesn't store in the database. All right, next part of the project is request code. So if we go to request code page, okay, so before all the calculation for this part was has been done in the front end. Now I move everything, all the calculation to the back end using the API. So if I choose, like, let's say building type, residential, number of floors, let's say 12, number of apartment, 350. So on click, it calculates the number of elevator needed and select the tier standard. So it gives us all the detail for the pricing, total cost, installation fee. Okay, so for this part of project, if I go to my code, in the code.js, so I added, I call an API in this function. So this API, which is calc, it calculates the number of elevator needed. And then on the second click for the calculation of pricing, I create inside the display pricing, I create another API, calc cost, that calculate the cost for that specific cases. I also added the validation in the middleware .js for validating building type. So if it's just residential, commercial, or industrial, it passes to the API. Otherwise, it doesn't continue. Okay, so next part of project is a residential page agent table. So if we go to residential page, okay, at the end of this page, I get the data from database. So I already put some data in the database, and when I load this page, so I get the data for the agent and put them in the table: first name, last name, rating, fee, and it's sortable. by first name, last name, by rating, and also fee, adding a $sign for the fee. And also I give some color, so when the rating is 100 it's green, if it's between 90 and 100 it's blue, and if it's less than 90 it's purple. There is also this feature for the region, sorting by the region. So if I choose north, so just give me agent in the north, east, west, there is no agent in the west, and south. And I can also do the sorting in that specific region. Okay, so if I look at my code, so in the residential.js, so in the fetch request, I call my API and get all the information of the agent from the database using this API. And later for the sorting, I call another API that I created, sort region. So this API do the logic for the sorting of the table. I also added a validator in the middleware function to validate the region, which should be north, west, east, and south. All right, the last part of the project was unit testing. So if I go to health test, so I added the block of code for the status and also the error. So if let's do the testing in the terminal. Okay, so we need to stop the node and then doing npm test. All right, so it passes successfully for hello world and status and error. Okay, that's all for the project of this week. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.